Good morning, people. Today is August 25th. Yeah, Friday. Happy Friday. Want to come to y'all and let y'all know that co-parenting is a responsibility. It's your ability to respond to the stimuli of the situations, frustrations, whatever it is that that child needs. Now, I'm not saying neglect yourself. I'm not saying that you got to put everything, this child is no, I'm not saying that. What I am saying though is, number one, if the co-parent has moved on to another relationship, there should be some relationship with that extra person so that communication can occur to deter unnecessary situations. What do I mean? If you have a co-parent that is being a co-parent that whose partner is being disrespectful to your children or not understanding certain things about your children, communication needs to be had to correct. And if the situation proceeds, then the level of correction needs to accelerate, even if it has to go legal. You can't control who your co-parent is with. Don't even try that. Because the more you try it, the more you're going to create friction that's going to end up coming out on the child. But at the same time, people can't just handle your children any type of way. And people, even if they feel like you ain't no good parent or whatever, for whatever the co-parent has probably said to make you look like you ain't nothing, you can't worry about that. That's on them. They got to live with that guilt. They got to live with that. They got to swallow that. So it is your responsibility, though, to communicate with your child about what's going on, to tell your child that, number one, you need to be respectful to these folks. And if you don't like them, just don't deal with them. And if they're a young child where they're forced to have to deal, with this co-parent, and you just tell them to be respectful and not to say nothing. And to that agitating party. In an ideal world, we would have good relationships and we would have good people around our children. The sad reality is, a lot of times when the breakup happens, somebody may not have matured and attracted a better partner, and things happen as they do. So with all that being said, I want y'all to be mindful that every situation ain't good. And we, as parents of our children, number one, need to make sure we correct our stuff. Don't point the finger at somebody else for doing something that you doing. And don't blame the co-parent for trying to control the co-parent because your partner is doing something and you can't control them. Let me get nitty gritty. Your husband is out of control, but you can't control him. So you try and control your co-parent on the slightest semblance of that energy. You have to be watchful for that. Because these people out here will do that. Men and women. I have to talk from the male perspective for obvious reasons. But it's still universal. Pray over your children. Pray over the situation. God said, pray for your enemies. Bless your enemies. Bless those who spitefully use you. Either you on God's team or you not. But some people don't know. So what they're doing may be wrong. So you got to tell them. And you can't worry about grown folks. The best you can do is control yourself. And just with that, make sure you doing something in regards to your kids to make sure they healthy and provided for and doing what you need to do. Blended families are difficult because, especially when you got young adolescents, you know, kids between the ages of 8 and grown, 8 and 18, because they brain is developing, attitudes are starting, and kids see how they see. They see how they've been raised, and they hold on to that because that's all they know. Their mind's not able to synthesize what's going on wrong. I mean, it's even hard for some adults to do that. So how you expect the child to recognize all this X, Y, and Z that's happening when I mean, just something to think about, folks. We can't. Anyway, I'm rambling. Pray over your children. Blended families can work. Don't agitate your children when they are already going through their own changes that ain't got nothing to do with adults as they grow and develop. You trying to figure it out as a parent. You trying to give them what you wanted to have versus what they need to have. And even with co-parenting situations, just trying to get your respect and give respect and all these different variables, it's difficult. It's just difficult. So before you take on another situation, at least understand that there are a lot of dynamics dealing with it. And I'm not saying don't do it, because God can make a beautiful medley with differences. But as parents, as grown folks, we gotta learn to be a little bit more patient. We gotta learn to understand a little bit more. We gotta learn to just shut up, walk away, get your energy right, and deal with it. And sometimes, yeah, you do need to lay the law down, because kids are disrespectful, and you need to let them know, hey, look, this ain't happening right here. I'm trying to catch somebody.